everyone, welcome to another edition of Something Delicious with me, Geeta. Today we're going to be making butternut squash soup. So let's get started. Here are the ingredients for today's recipe. So to this cubed butternut squash, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of salt. I'm going to mix this well, and this is going to bake on a lined baking sheet with parchment paper in a 425-degree oven for about 25 to 30 minutes. Take a large 6-quart pot, make sure it's nice and warm, and add 3 tablespoons of vegetable oil. I use corn oil. Let this warm up a little bit. Add 1.5 teaspoons of cumin seeds to the warm oil. You want to take the cumin seeds and gently toss them in the oil till they get nice and brown. To the cumin seeds, add 1.5 cups of finely chopped red onion. Saute this well. Cover it with the lid and let this cook for a few minutes. Next, add 1 cup of peeled and finely cubed carrots, and then add 1 cup of chopped celery. If you have the green bits of the celery, please add that in too, and stir all of this well. Put a lid on this and let this cook for a good 6 to 7 minutes. Lower the temperature to medium high. Add in the 3 tablespoons of peeled grated fresh ginger to the pot and stir well. Saute this for about a minute. Now add all your spices. We have 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, that's freshly ground coriander powder, and 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. Now the salt is going to help these vegetables bring out their water, but if you put it on too high a heat, it's going to burn. So I'm going to lower this and let this cook for a good 6 to 7 minutes. This is the better than bouillon base, and this is the roasted chicken one. There's usually a roasted vegetable one that I find at Costco, but I wasn't able to find it. I want to make this dish completely vegan and vegetarian, so I'm going to be using this brand of vegetable broth, which is the Pacific Foods organic vegetable broth. If you were able to find the better than bouillon vegetable soup base, if you were able to order it or find it in Costco, you would add 1.5 tablespoons of that to the mix if you follow along on the recipe. And this dish also uses coconut milk. This is my favorite brand of coconut milk. It's unsweetened Thai Kitchen coconut milk. I like it because it gives it that creamy flavor without screaming coconut. It has a really nice mild flavor, so we're going to be using 1 can of this shortly. I'm going to add the vegetable broth. This is a 32-ounce container of the vegetable broth. So you want to really stir this in well and let everything get nice and mushy because we're going to end up pureeing this. While we're waiting for the vegetables to cook in the broth, we're going to take the roasted butternut squash and add it to like a 1/4 cup of ice and add the coconut milk and puree that really well. Now it's bubbling away, the vegetables are well cooked. I have the magic bullet with 1/3 of a cup of ice in here, a third full with ice, and I'm gonna take these vegetables and put it right inside here because I wanna blend all of this. And the ice is just so the top doesn't fly off. And why do I know this? Because it's happened to me. So anyway, the ice just cools everything down. I took the butternut squash and coconut puree and just put it in another bowl. So let's get this blended. Now I have the remaining, I'm going to blend the remaining bit of broth. I added more ice. This is the last batch to puree. So now I'm going to pour everything back into the pot and turn the stove back on and add the juice of 3 large limes, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of salt. This is a 1/2 teaspoon measure, so I'm putting 2. And you want to stir this really well. Now, this soup does thicken up as it sits, so if you're going to reheat it, I would add a little bit of water. But to me, this is the right consistency where it's not thin like a broth and it's not thick like a stew, but it has a nice consistency to pick up with a spoon or put some, like a nice toasted crouton in there. So now I'm going to just let this all come to a little bit of a simmer. So you don't really need to cook this much longer because everything's already been cooked. The broth's been cooked, the vegetables have been cooked, the butternut squash has been roasted. I do not recommend boiling the butternut squash. You really should roast it because that brings out all of the flavor and the sweetness in the butternut squash. So let this just simmer for about 7 to 8 minutes. I'm just going to put the remaining bit of the coconut. So here is your finished butternut squash soup. It has a rich, velvety taste with this little bit of that ginger, the lime to give it tanginess, and the brown sugar to give it that sweet and sour kind of taste. So I usually serve it in a soup bowl and top it off with some cilantro on top. You could definitely serve this with croutons or a nice hearty piece of bread toasted. Enjoy. Thank you for watching this episode of Something Delicious. Remember, if you like this video, hit the like button and subscribe, and look for new videos every week. See you soon.